Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Our topic for today is the term excitation contraction coupling refers to the mechanism by which an action potential causes the myofibrils. Now, action potential passing through the cardiac muscle, which causes the myofibrils inside the cell to contract. Now, how is this possible? We'll discuss it. Okay, this is a phenomenon in which we will discuss how a heart muscle becomes depolarized and how the wave of depolarization goes and how actually the muscles contract. So in this, what happens is whenever a stimulus is selected by the sinus node, now you know the sinus node will elect an impulse that would travel from the atria to the ventricle to the Purkinje fibers to the whole of the heart. Now, this impulse basically results in what? It is a transmission of a stimuli which results in contraction of every muscle. By the contraction of every muscle, there will be pushing of blood from the atrium into the ventricle. Now, this phenomenon explains that. So, if you take this as your heart cell, so now whenever there is a stimulus, there is a depolarization. Now in depolarization, you know, there is a influx of ions of fast sodium channels, then slow calcium channels begins to open, and then it depolarizes. Now this is what happens in the membrane. The membrane was depolarized, but we still don't know how the contraction started. So we'll draw the cell again, but while drawing you can see that there is an indentation in the cell. This indentation is known as the T-tubule. Now the function of T-tubule is that this consists upon special gates. Now these special gates, what it helps is that when wave of depolarization is passing through this membrane, these channels will open. This will result in uptake of calcium ions. Now all of this process is similar because what happens next is that these calcium ions will activate the ryanodine receptors, which is present in the sarcoplasmic reticulum. Now as you know, sarcoplasmic reticulum is abundant in calcium itself. When these gates will open, these calcium will be released and they will act upon actin and myosin, which is a protein that helps in muscle contraction. Now this is actin, this is myosin. Now when this calcium will bind to the troponin present here, this will result in muscle contraction. So what is the difference between the skeletal muscle and cardiac muscle? Now the skeletal muscle and cardiac muscle difference is that the T-tubules present in the heart muscle is comparatively bigger. Now what specialized thing will this do by being big? So as you know, as long as there is calcium in the extracellular fluid, the heart will keep beating, but if it is deficient, the heart will immediately stop. So we need, in order to keep a lot of calcium in our extracellular space and in order to cause it to beat, we need a lot of calcium. Now the thing that maintains a lot of calcium in these T-tubules are the mucopolysaccharides, which are present in the membrane of these T-tubules. Now this is highly negative. As you know, calcium is being highly positive, attracts more of them in these spaces in order to get inside the cell and activate the ryanodine receptor channels and causing release of calcium from that space and causing the myosin actin troponin formation, results in cardiac muscle contraction. Now the other thing that differentiate this process is between skeletal muscle and cardiac muscle is that some of the calcium present in the extracellular space get into the T-tubules and they diffuse into the membrane. Now this diffusion helps in extra concentration of calcium inside the cell because the sarcoplasmic reticulum, which is present in the cardiac muscle, is less developed than that of the skeletal muscle, and they do not have enough calcium to fully support the contraction. So this is important. The other thing is that when an active wave of depolarization and is being passed through the cell, while this calcium is getting into the tubules, some of the calcium voltage gated calcium channels also open. This helps in extra efflux of these calcium ions, which acts upon the ryanodine receptors of the sarcoplasmic reticulum, which helps in moving of all the calcium inside again to cause muscle contraction.